Imagine walking into your local coin shop, taking out an old penny from your wallet, and walking out with $4 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, for some people, it's already happened. The 1964 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny has turned heads and set records in the coin world, and you may have one sitting in your pocket right now. What if you do? What if this simple coin could change your life forever? Stay tuned because in the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into its value, how you can spot it, and why this penny could be worth millions. Ready to find out if you've got a hidden treasure? Let's go. Let's start with the basics. The 1964 D Lincoln penny is a coin that was produced in Denver, and it looks just like the pennies you're used to seeing. But here's the catch: this particular penny, with the D Mint mark, is extremely rare. Unlike other pennies that were mass-produced in the 1960s, a small number of these 1964 D Lincoln pennies escaped the mint with a very specific and highly valuable error. Not only that, but the value of this penny can soar to up to $4 million, depending on its condition and the rare characteristics it holds. Now, let me stop right here and ask, have you ever looked closely at the pennies in your jar? Maybe you've just seen them as pocket change, but after this, you'll be looking at your pennies a lot differently. Now, how do you know if your 1964 D penny is one of the few worth millions? Let's break it down. First, the most important factor is the condition of the penny. The higher the grade, the higher the value. We're talking about pennies in mint condition, with every detail sharp, clear, and without wear. If your penny is a red penny, meaning it still has a bright, reddish hue and minimal discoloration, that's a sign it could be worth far more than face value. Next, let's talk about the double die error. This is the secret sauce that makes these coins so valuable. If you've got a penny that shows a noticeable doubling of the lettering or image on the obverse, the front side, that's a jackpot. Most of these 1964 D pennies were struck with a single die, but some slipped through with this rare double impression, and it's what gives them their extreme value. If you can find one with this error, you're sitting on a small fortune. Don't know what double die looks like? Don't worry, we're not leaving you hanging. Stick around, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot this rare error yourself. Now, here's where the excitement really kicks in. What's a penny worth if it's sitting in a drawer or collecting dust? Absolutely nothing. But if you have a 1964 D penny in mint condition with a double die error, you've got a coin that could fetch up to $4 million on the market. Yes, $4 million. We're talking about the kind of money that can change everything in your life. Imagine quitting your 9-to-5 job, traveling the world, or living a life of luxury. It's possible, and it starts with identifying the right coin, but don't wait around for too long. Coins like these don't last forever. The market is always shifting, and the longer you hold on to a rare penny, the more risk you take. What if the price drops? What if you miss your chance to cash in? This is not a wait until later opportunity. The right moment to sell could be right now, before the coin's value decreases or before someone else beats you to it. Let me ask you, what would you do if you found out your penny was worth millions? Would you cash in, or would you let it sit there, waiting for the right moment to strike? Time's ticking. Will you act on it, or will you let it slip through your fingers? Now, I know you're wondering, how can you sell this penny for top dollar? Where do you go? What do you do next? Well, hold on, because in just a minute, I'm going to reveal exactly what steps you need to take to get your hands on that life-changing cash. But first, let's take a closer look at the shocking sales records of this penny, and how it's already changed lives for the lucky few. By now, you're probably itching to grab every penny you have and start looking for a mint-condition 1964 D Lincoln. But hey, don't just rush off and start tearing open your couch cushions. Just a quick question. Have you ever thought about how many pennies are out there that look like they're valuable but aren't? Yeah, I'm talking about those fake rare coins. Don't worry, we're going to show you the difference between a real gem and a dud in just a moment. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement, but remember, knowledge is power. Here's your call to action: go check your coins, look for the D to mint mark, inspect the condition, and see if you've got a double die error. Remember, this could be your ticket to financial freedom. Don't wait, don't hesitate. The market for rare pennies is constantly changing, and it could be the perfect time for you to cash in. Imagine walking away with millions, but only if you act fast. And if you found a 1964 D penny or any other rare coin, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and let me know what you found. Maybe you've got a coin that could change your life. Maybe you've just found your treasure. Stay tuned, because in the next video, we'll dive into how to sell your rare coin for top dollar and find the best buyers who will pay you what your coin is really worth. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing, because your wealth could be just one penny away. Like this video if you're excited about rare coins, subscribe to the channel for more expert advice, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a coin that could make you a fortune. This is Pawn Stars Coins, and we're here to help you turn pennies into millions. You're holding a penny, a simple coin that's been passed through countless hands. But what if I told you that this very coin could be worth millions? Yes, you heard that right, millions. And not just any penny, this one, the rare 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might just discover that you're holding a small fortune. But first, let's dive into this astonishing coin and what makes it so incredibly valuable. Now, let's start with the basics. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny is part of a very rare breed of coins that were produced in limited quantities, and most people don't even realize its value. In fact, it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when coins were typically marked with a mint mark to indicate where they were struck. But the 1968 no mint mark, well, it's different. It lacks that crucial mark, setting it apart from most others. Why does that make it so special? Well, you see, in 1968, there was a significant shift in how the U.S. Mint was handling coin production. For the first time in decades, they removed the mint mark for pennies produced in Philadelphia. A small oversight? Or was it something much bigger? This mistake led to a coin with a rarity that you wouldn't expect to find in your pocket change. So now you're probably wondering, how can something so small and seemingly insignificant be worth so much? Well, hold that thought, because we're about to uncover just how these rare pennies can skyrocket in value. Here's where it gets exciting. The value of a 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny can vary based on its condition, but we're talking anywhere from a few $100s for a coin in decent shape, to a staggering $3.70 million for a perfectly preserved specimen. Yes, you heard me correctly, $3.7 million. That's life-changing money, right in the palm of your hand. But here's the catch: these pennies are extremely hard to come by. It's not just about finding a rare coin. It's about knowing exactly what to look for. You may have come across one of these coins at some point and brushed it off as just another penny. But what if I told you that coin could be your ticket to financial freedom? Imagine how that $3.70 million would change your life. I know what you're thinking. Well, I've got a few pennies lying around, should I start checking them? Hold on a second, don't go grabbing that jar of loose change just yet. Not all 1968 pennies are created equal. It's time to break down exactly what makes this particular coin so special. So, how do you spot a 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could make you rich? Let's dive into the details of what you need to look for. First, let's talk about identifying the coin. The most important thing to remember is the absence of the mint mark. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, so it won't have that small D or S you usually see on coins from Denver or San Francisco. But that's not the only thing you need to pay attention to. Condition matters a lot. To be worth millions, your penny needs to be in pristine condition. You want one with sharp details, no wear, and no scratches. The clearer and cleaner, the better. Now, what if I told you there's a secret trick to getting your penny appraised for the highest possible value? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal exactly where you should take your coin for a professional evaluation. You don't want to miss this. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I actually sell my 1968 no mint mark penny for top dollar? Well, here's where it gets even more interesting. If you've got one of these rare pennies, or if you're starting to get excited about the possibility of finding one, don't wait. The market for rare coins is hot right now, and prices are rising every day. But you have to act fast. These opportunities don't last forever. Imagine cashing in on a coin worth millions and finally living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of: financial freedom, a new home, a comfortable retirement. It's all within reach if you know where to look. So, keep your eyes peeled, and remember, the next time you're going through your change, you could be holding a piece of history worth millions. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tips and tricks for turning your old pennies into real wealth. And remember, wealth isn't just about money, it's about the freedom to live life on your terms. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. See you in the next video. What if I told you that you could hold a coin in your hand worth over $3.5 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? But let me tell you, it's not just a fantasy. It's reality. And that reality might be closer than you think, especially if you have a 1969 D mint mark Lincoln penny sitting in your collection. Now, before you dismiss this as some wild myth, listen carefully. There's a rare 1969 D Lincoln penny that's out there, and it could make you a fortune. This isn't just any coin, it's one of the most sought-after rare pennies in the market today. But here's the catch: most people don't even know they're sitting on a goldmine. Let me break it down for you. Back in 1969, the US Mint was churning out billions of pennies. But among those billions, a small number had a unique flaw, a rare error. And that error could be worth you millions. But how can you tell if you found one of these priceless pennies? The secret is in the mint mark. If it's from the Denver Mint, that tiny D on the coin is the key to unlocking its hidden value. You're looking for a 1969 D penny that could be hiding a major minting mistake. Could your penny be one of them? Keep watching, because that answer is about to blow your mind. That I know what you're thinking. I'm not about to spend hours sifting through a jar of pennies. Don't worry, we'll get there. I promise, it won't take that long. But trust me, the discovery is worth every second. So, what's so special about this penny? Well, it's all about the error. This particular 1969 D Lincoln penny has what's called a double die error. Essentially, the die used to stamp the coin was misaligned, creating a doubled effect on the design. This error makes the Lincoln Memorial, the date, and even the Liberty engraving look more pronounced and duplicated. And when that mistake happens, the value skyrockets. But here's the real kicker: you might not even realize you've got a rare one. Many of these coins are hiding in plain sight, in rolls of pennies you can find at your local bank. And even if it's not in perfect condition, this coin could still fetch you a small fortune. Now, are you ready for the shocking part? A single 1969 D double die penny, in mint condition, can be worth up to $3.50 million. Let that sink in. But, hold on. You may be thinking, that sounds like a lucky find, but how in the world do I even sell it? You're not alone. In fact, thousands of people just like you have discovered rare coins worth millions, and the best part is, they didn't need to be experts to cash in. They just needed the right guidance. Keep watching, because I'll show you exactly how to turn your old pennies into serious cash. Let me be blunt. If you've got a 1969 D Lincoln penny with the double die error, this is your chance to strike gold. The coin market is booming right now, and interest in rare pennies is at an all-time high. But here's the thing: if you wait too long, someone else will find it first. The longer you wait, the more likely your coin will slip through your fingers, and someone else will reap the rewards. Time is ticking. Every second that passes is an opportunity slipping away. People are making fortunes off of these rare finds every single day. But if you don't act now, you risk losing out on the chance to sell your 1969 D penny for a jaw-dropping amount, not quite what you were hoping for. Don't worry, we're almost there. This next step is critical. I'll show you exactly how to check if your coin is the one that could make you a millionaire. Now, here's your next move. If you're serious about selling your rare 1969 D Lincoln penny for the highest value possible, you need to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. Without that certification, you won't be able to sell it at top dollar. But here's the thing, getting it authenticated doesn't have to be hard or expensive. There are services that will help you with this process, and they'll guide you on the best places to sell. You don't have to do this alone, and trust me, once you have that professional validation, your penny's value will soar. It could be your ticket to financial freedom and the life you've always dreamed of. But remember, time is critical. These coins aren't going to sit around waiting for you to find them. So, are you ready to cash in on your rare 1969 D penny? Or will you let this opportunity pass you by? This could be the moment that changes everything. The $1 million penny might be closer than you think. The choice is yours. But if you act now, the wealth you've always dreamed of could be just a coin flip away. Subscribe to our channel for more insider tips, and stay tuned for more ways to unlock the true value of your rare coins. Because who knows, you might be holding the next $1 million treasure. But not just any penny. This is a 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. It looks ordinary, doesn't it? But what if I told you this penny could be worth up to $3.3 million? Now, hold on. Don't scroll past just yet. If you have one of these, you could be sitting on a fortune. The clock is ticking, and today we're diving into how this penny could change your life forever. For most people, a penny is just loose change you find at the bottom of your pocket or in the couch cushions. But for those in the know, a rare penny can be worth more than its weight in gold. And today, we're going to talk about one penny in particular, the 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Now, you might be asking, what's the big deal about a penny with no mint mark? It's just a small detail, right? But that small detail is the key to unlocking a massive fortune. Let me paint a picture for you. Back in 1980, most pennies were minted in the Philadelphia Mint and stamped with a P mint mark. But a few, just a few, were struck without the mint mark. This rare oversight has made those pennies extremely valuable, but here's the catch, they're so rare, they're almost impossible to find. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack. But imagine, just imagine, if you found one of these hidden gems. Could it be yours? Now, before you start digging through every penny jar you've got at home, let me warn you, it's not going to be that easy. If you think finding a penny worth millions is as easy as flipping over your couch cushions, well, I've got a bridge to sell you. But stay with me, this story gets even more interesting. So, how much can this penny really be worth? Are you ready for this? In 2019, a rare 1980 Lincoln penny without the mint mark was sold for a staggering $3.3 million at an auction. That's right, $3.3 million for a penny that's smaller than your thumbnail. It's incredible, right? But here's where the story gets even more intense. Not all 1980 pennies without a mint mark will bring in that kind of money. The condition of the coin, its rarity, and the collector market all play a crucial role in determining its value. In fact, most of these pennies are worth anywhere from $10 to $200 depending on their condition. Still, that's a huge profit compared to the 1-cent value you started with. Now, let's break down the specifics. For a penny to fetch this type of price, it needs to be mint condition, a proof coin. These coins have been specially treated, often kept in pristine packaging, and have minimal wear and tear. The more pristine the penny, the higher its value. Can you imagine the excitement of stumbling across one of these while digging through your old change jar? But wait, how do you know if you found one of these rare treasures? The key to unlocking this fortune lies in your ability to identify these pennies and sell them at the right time. So, how can you tell if your 1980 Lincoln penny is the one that could change your life? First, look for the absence of the mint mark. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint didn't always stamp its coins with a P. If your penny is missing that mint mark, it could be the one. Next, check its condition. A penny in good shape, with minimal wear, is far more valuable than one that's been tossed around in your pocket for years. If it's shiny, if the details are clear, you're looking at something special. Make sure to keep it in a safe place. Don't just throw it back in the jar with all the other pennies. And finally, here's the secret: take it to an expert. There are coin appraisers and numismatists who specialize in rare finds like this. Don't just guess the value. Get it professionally appraised, and if it's worth something, get it listed for sale at an auction house or through online marketplaces. But here's the most important part: the right timing. You see, coin markets can fluctuate, and knowing the best time to sell is critical. In the next video, I'll tell you exactly how to maximize your profit and get top dollar for your rare pennies. You won't want to miss that. Now, I know this might feel overwhelming. But if you can find just one of these rare pennies, the payoff could be life-changing. So start looking through your collection, ask the right questions, and get those coins appraised. If you want to stay updated on how to turn your old pennies into a fortune, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Remember, opportunities like this don't come around often, and every minute you wait could be the difference between finding a goldmine and passing up the opportunity of a lifetime. Keep searching, and keep striving to live that wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Finding a coin worth millions of dollars, sitting in your pocket, buried in your change, or hiding in a drawer. What if I told you that a 1984 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $3.1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny, one of the most common coins in the world, could make you rich, but not just any penny, a special, rare, and valuable penny. Stay tuned, because in just a few minutes, you're going to learn exactly how to spot this hidden treasure and how you can cash in on it. It all started in 1984. A time when the world was still recovering from the excitement of the 80s, a time when the economy was booming, and the US Mint was churning out coins for everyday use. But, something happened that year: a mistake, a fluke, a coin that slipped through the cracks of the mint's process. This wasn't your average penny. In fact, it wasn't even supposed to exist. You see, the 1984 Lincoln penny, which was struck without a mint mark, has baffled collectors and coin enthusiasts for years. Most coins are stamped with either the D for Denver or the S for San Francisco, indicating where they were made. But for some reason, a very small number of 1984 pennies were minted without any mint mark at all. Now, you might be wondering, what does that mean for you? And why should you care? Well, this tiny oversight makes this coin extraordinarily rare, and as we'll see, rare means valuable. But here's the kicker: it's not just any 1984 penny that's worth millions. There's a specific set of criteria that makes the coin worth up to $3.1 million, and I'm going to reveal those secrets to you. Here's where things get exciting, and a little bit tricky. The first step in discovering this hidden gem is knowing exactly what to look for. The 1984 no mint mark penny has one simple, but crucial feature: a lack of a mint mark. It sounds so simple, right? But if you don't know what you're looking for, you could easily overlook it. Now, before you rush off to search through your change jar, let me explain the science behind this mistake. See, the US Mint has facilities in Denver and San Francisco, and each coin they produce is typically stamped with a mint mark. But some of these 1984 pennies slipped through without any mint mark at all. This small mistake actually increased the rarity of the coin. So, what happens when a coin is rare? The demand goes up. And with demand, the price soars. But hold on, here's where the tension builds. Simply finding the coin isn't enough to guarantee you millions. In fact, most people who have found one of these rare pennies have sold them for much less than their true worth. Why? Because they didn't understand the true value. So, how do you ensure that you're not leaving money on the table? That's right, it's time to get down to business and figure out what makes this penny truly valuable. Stay with me, because here's where the real secret lies. the true value of a 1984 no-mint mark penny comes down to two things: condition and rarity. If the penny is in pristine condition, it could fetch a price well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, for that coin to reach the eye-popping value of $3.1 million, it has to be in near-perfect mint condition. Now, I know what you're thinking: how many of these pennies are even out there? Can you really find one? Here's the twist: it's not just about finding the penny. It's about understanding how to sell it. Many people who have stumbled upon one of these rare pennies don't know how to properly authenticate it or how to get the best value. That's why knowing where and how to sell it is just as important as finding it in the first place. You see, the market for rare coins is filled with collectors, dealers, and investors who are constantly on the lookout for that next big discovery. If you've got the 1984 no-mint mark penny, there's no better time than now to cash in. But don't get too comfortable. If you don't act fast, someone else will swoop in and take the deal. This market is fast-moving and highly competitive. The longer you wait, the more you risk losing out on a fortune, and remember, you could be sitting on a goldmine. A 1984 no-mint mark penny could be your ticket to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Think about that for a second. What would you do if you found one of these pennies? The possibilities are endless, but here's where it gets even more intense. There's a twist in the story. Some of these pennies aren't just valuable because they're rare. There's another factor at play, one that could send the price of your coin even higher. Are you ready for it? I'm going to reveal that secret in just a minute, so don't go anywhere. Now, before I leave you with that game-changing information, I want you to think long and hard about one thing. You've got a chance here. You have the opportunity to find, authenticate, and sell a coin that could make you a millionaire. But time is ticking. You've got to act now. Make sure to check your coins, search for that 1984 no-mint mark penny, and be ready to seize the moment. Because once you've got it in your hands, there's no turning back. You could be sitting on a fortune. Single penny from 1988, yes, just a regular penny, could be worth up to $3 million. It might sound like a dream, but this is the kind of treasure hiding in your pocket. You might have one, and not even know it. Imagine turning a small, everyday coin into a life-changing fortune. How would that feel? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare coin, and whether you're sitting on a goldmine that could change your life forever. Let's start by setting the stage. In the world of rare coins, there are certain years, marks, and features that make a coin worth a lot more than its face value. And today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting finds in recent years, the 1988 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might be wondering, why this particular penny? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Most 1988 pennies are only worth 1 cent, obviously. But this isn't just any normal penny. There was a small, but critical, mistake made during production. You see, certain 1988 D pennies were minted with a rare error, an off-center strike or a die crack, making them not only rare, but incredibly valuable. When these coins are sold at auction, they have been known to fetch prices in the range of thousands, sometimes even more than $1 million. Now, don't get too excited just yet. We're still in the early stages. But here's where it gets real. It's not just the error that makes this penny so valuable, it's also the condition it's in. A coin that's been sitting in your pocket for decades might be worth significantly less than one that's been carefully preserved. So, let's talk about the condition, and why this matters so much. Now that you're hooked, let's break down what you should be looking for when checking your 1988 D pennies. Here's where the excitement builds. If you've got one of these in your collection, I want you to take a deep breath, because this is where the magic happens. The most crucial factor here is the quality of the penny. Is it worn down? Is it clean or scratched? If you've got a 1988 D penny that's been handled too much over the years, don't be too disappointed. There are still ways to find value in it. But if you've got a coin in near mint condition, keep reading, because that's where the big payoff could be hiding. Here's something you might not have known. Even slight imperfections, like a misaligned die or an off-center strike, can dramatically raise the value of your coin. These little flaws are like hidden gems, rare and in demand by serious collectors. The rarer the imperfection, the higher the price tag. Coins with more significant errors can go for tens of thousands of dollars, but when the right buyers are in the market, it's not unheard of to see a coin go for millions. You might be wondering, how do I know if my penny has one of these rare errors? That's the million-dollar question. There's a simple trick. Start by examining the coin under a magnifying glass or a microscope. Look for any signs of misprints, die cracks, or misalignments in the design. If you see something that doesn't look quite right, like a smudge or an uneven edge, hold on tight. You could have something incredibly valuable on your hands, but hold your horses. Before you rush to check your wallet, let's go over a few more things that could make all the difference. Alright, you've checked your 1988 D penny, and it looks like you've got a rare find. What now? What's the next step to turning that penny into a fortune? Well, here's where the game gets serious. To sell your 1988 D mint mark Lincoln penny, you'll need to get it appraised by a professional. There are plenty of numismatists, or coin experts, who specialize in rare coins, and they can tell you exactly how much your coin is worth based on its condition and rarity. But don't expect it to be a quick, easy process. Selling a coin like this requires patience, strategy, and the right connections. Here's the catch: the market for rare pennies can be volatile. Prices fluctuate based on demand, so timing is everything. But here's something else you need to know: when the market is hot, prices for rare coins like this can skyrocket. So, if you've got one of these pennies, don't wait too long before you sell. The longer you hold on to it, the higher the risk that the market could change and you miss your chance for the big payday. But there's a silver lining: no matter where you are in the process, you can still make a substantial profit by selling your rare pennies, even if the market isn't as hot as it could be. And with the right knowledge and strategies, you can maximize the value of your coin when the time is right. Keep watching, because I'm going to share some pro tips on how to sell your rare pennies for top dollar. But there's one thing I haven't told you yet. Stick around, because this next piece of information could change everything. Just when you thought you knew everything about the 1988 D mint mark Lincoln penny, there's one final secret I'm going to reveal in just a moment. And trust me, you won't want to miss this one. This insider tip could be the key to unlocking the true value of your coin, so don't go anywhere. Remember, sometimes the treasure we're searching for has been sitting right under our noses all along. So, check your pockets, check your collections, and make sure you don't miss the opportunity to cash in on what could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to find other rare pennies just like this one and what to do when you find them. Trust me, you'll want to be the first to know. Until then, keep searching, and remember, wealth can sometimes come in the smallest of packages. You could be holding a small coin in your hand right now that's worth more than most people make in a year. Imagine this: a single penny, minted in 2007, could be worth up to $2 million. You might not even know you have it. But you do. Or you could. Stick around, because today, we're going to break down the insane value of the 2007 D Lincoln penny, and what makes this little piece of history so valuable. You may have heard about rare pennies, but let's talk specifically about the 2007 D Lincoln penny. It's a coin that, at first glance, might look just like any other penny in your jar. But there's something different about it. Something hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. The 2007 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and it was produced in the billions, just like the regular run-of-the-mill pennies you find in your pocket. So, what's so special about this one? Well, here's where things get interesting. In 2007, the US Mint made a mistake, and some of these pennies were struck with an error that makes them extremely valuable. The key here is the D mint mark, which tells you the coin was minted in Denver, combined with a rare error that made certain pennies unique, rarer than any other. Now, before you get too excited, we're not talking about a magic penny that'll turn into a gold bar when you rub it. But we are talking about a coin that could make your bank account look a whole lot fatter than it is right now. Here's where the excitement and urgency really kicks in. Imagine you're at a garage sale, or maybe you're just looking through your loose change, and you spot that 2007 Lincoln penny. You didn't even know it had the potential to be worth anything, but now you're holding it in your hand. This is the point where most people would miss it. They would simply toss it aside, thinking it's just another penny. But here's the thing, if you have this rare 2007 penny, depending on the condition and the era, it could fetch you up to $2 million at auction. Yes, I said $2 million. Let that sink in for a second. And don't let this moment slip through your fingers. The truth is, most people don't know how to spot this rare penny, and that's what gives you the advantage. If you're looking for the 2007 penny, here are the things to look for. The key error involves a slight misplacement of the minting dies, causing what collectors call a double die error. It's very subtle, but it's the kind of error that makes this coin priceless. But what exactly does this double die error look like? You'll be shocked to know how easy it is to miss if you don't know what to look for. Stick with me, because we're about to dive into the details, and you'll want to make sure you don't make this huge mistake that could cost you big time. So now you found your 2007 Lincoln penny, and you know that it has this valuable error on it. But how do you get it appraised? What's the process of actually selling this rare penny for top dollar? The first step is knowing the value of the coin in the current market. Coins like these fluctuate in value depending on demand, condition, and rarity. You'll want to have it graded by a professional, someone who can certify its authenticity. This step is crucial because a coin's value can drop significantly if it isn't properly authenticated. Once you have that certification, it's time to start thinking about the next step, auction. You can sell these rare pennies for huge sums, sometimes going for as much as $2 million, depending on the era and condition, but there's something important you need to understand. Most people, even those who are aware of the value of their rare coins, miss out on making a huge profit because they don't know how to properly market them. It's not enough to just know you have a rare coin, you need to know where to sell it and how to get the best deal. That's what separates the big-time sellers from those who get stuck with pennies that are worth only a few dollars. So, are you ready to cash in on that penny? Or are you going to let someone else snatch up that $2 million? Think about that for a second. Before we wrap up, there's one critical thing that could make or break your sale. Do you know the most important mistake people make when selling rare coins? Trust me, it's something you'll want to avoid if you don't want to lose out on a fortune. Stick with me, because we're about to dive into this game-changing piece of advice. Alright, here's the bottom line. The 2007 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a potential ticket to wealth. If you find one, get it properly evaluated, and sell it the right way, you could be sitting on a fortune. The key is knowing how to spot the errors, understanding the market, and knowing when and where to sell. Don't let your rare penny slip through your fingers, because someone else will be more than happy to take that fortune off your hands if you don't act quickly. You've got the knowledge now. It's time to make your move. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more tips on how to turn your old pennies into real money. Don't miss out on your chance to cash in and start living the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Thanks for watching, and remember, fortune favors the informed. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them below. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about more rare coins you could be holding right now.